Are you struggling to stick to your budget? Do you feel like your finances are constantly in a state of chaos? Well, you're not alone. Managing your money can be tough. It's an essential skill and it can be difficult to achieve if you have bad habits that affect your budget. But the only way to fix this is to know what those habits are. Let's talk about 7 habits that can quickly derail your budget and leave you feeling stressed and overwhelmed. Knowing what these are can help you take control of your finances, reduce your anxiety, and get you back on track. So let's dive in. Habit 1. Impulse buying. Impulse buying refers to the act of making unplanned purchases on a whim without much thought or consideration. It's a common habit that can quickly lead to overspending. There are many reasons why people engage in impulse buying. It could be due to boredom, stress, or simply because something catches their eye. Whatever the reason may be, impulse buying can be a slippery slope to excessive spending, and it's important to be aware of this habit and take steps to avoid it. So, how do you try and change this habit? One way to avoid impulse buying is to create a shopping list before you go to the store. This will help you stay focused on what you need and avoid purchasing items you don't. Another strategy is to wait 24 hours before making a purchase. This gives you time to think about whether the purchase is necessary and if it fits within your budget. If you find yourself struggling with impulse buying, it's also helpful to understand your triggers. Do you tend to make impulse purchases when you're feeling stressed or bored? Is it a form of retail therapy for you? Is it an attempt to make yourself feel better? Identifying your emotional states and triggers can help you take steps to avoid them, which will reduce your impulse purchases. Overall, impulse buying can be a major obstacle to stable financial health. By being mindful of this habit and taking steps to avoid it, you can stay on track with your budget and make better financial decisions. Habit 2. Eating out often. Eating out is convenient, but it can also be costly, especially if you're doing it too often. When you eat out, you not only pay for the food, but you're also paying for the convenience and the experience of dining out. As a result, it's easy to spend more money than you realize, which can quickly derail your budget. The easiest way to save money on food is to cook at home. By cooking your meals at home, you have more control over what you're eating, and you can save money by buying groceries in bulk and meal prepping. Plus, cooking at home can be a fun and enjoyable experience, especially if you're cooking with family or friends. Of course, it's not always possible to avoid eating out altogether, especially if you're busy or on the go. But you can still save money on eating out by being mindful of where you're eating and what you're ordering. You can save money by choosing more affordable restaurants, ordering water instead of expensive drinks, and opting for smaller portions or sharing dishes with friends. Another way to save money on eating out is to take advantage of coupons and deals. Many restaurants offer discounts and promotions that can help you save money on your meals. Signing up for loyalty programs or email lists may allow you to receive special offers and discounts. Habit 3. Splurging on entertainment. Entertainment is a necessary part of life, but this is yet another area where we can quickly overconsume. Whether it's going to concerts, movies, or sporting events, the cost of entertainment can add up quickly, especially if you're going out frequently. To avoid overspending on entertainment, it's important to set a budget for this category and stick to it. This might mean cutting back on certain activities or finding more affordable ways to enjoy the things you love. For example, instead of going to the movies every week with your friends, you could opt to rent movies or stream them at home. This is usually much cheaper and you'll still have the benefit of the social experience. Another way to save money on entertainment is to take advantage of free or low-cost activities. Many cities offer free concerts, festivals, and other events that you can attend without spending a lot of money. You can also explore outdoor activities like hiking, biking, or playing sports, which are not only fun, but also good for your health. Habit 4. Living beyond your means. Now, this habit should come as no surprise. Living beyond your means is a recipe for financial disaster. It's a habit that can not only destroy your budget, but also your wealth-building journey. Before, it was relatively difficult to overspend because you needed to have the physical cash. Now, with credit cards, lines of credit, and buy now, pay later programs, our ability to spend without thinking is rarely challenged. So, what are some warning signs that you may be living beyond your means? 1. You're living paycheck to paycheck. Part of being fiscally responsible is having the ability to set money aside for emergencies. If you can't do that, or your money barely lasts you to the next paycheck, it might be a sign. 2. You regularly buy items on credit. Listen, one of the quickest ways to assess if you're living beyond your means is if you're living a life on credit. Now, we're not talking about the individuals who put everything on credit and then pay it off every month. We're talking about the consumers who are regularly financing their life via their cards and then are only paying the minimum amount every month. 3. You don't or can't save money. If you're living beyond your means, then you're more than likely unable to save money because what little you do have left over has to go toward your debts. This is a red flag and should immediately prompt you to take a step back and adjust your spending. So how can you stop living beyond your means? Firstly, you have to create a budget. You must understand where your money is going before you can try and solve the problem. Secondly, stop putting things on credit. For some people, this might mean physically cutting up their credit cards and living life on cash. When you run out of money, that's it. Then you have to prioritize getting some money saved up for emergencies. Starting with $1,000 is typically suggested, though we'd also suggest saving enough money for your highest deductible. Habit 5, not having an emergency fund. Unexpected expenses aren't a matter of if, but when. They will happen, and if you're not prepared for them, you could find yourself in financial trouble. This is where having an emergency fund comes in. An emergency fund is a separate savings account specifically for unexpected expenses like car repairs, medical bills, or job loss. It's in place to help you bridge the gap in the event no money is coming in and to help you avoid going into debt or having to dip into your regular savings or investment accounts to cover these unexpected costs. Experts typically recommend having at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved in your emergency fund. This may seem like a lot, but trust us, if you lose your job, 6 months won't feel long enough. Building an emergency fund takes time and discipline, but it's an important step in stabilizing your financial future. Habit 6, high credit card usage. Credit cards are convenient and offer several benefits such as cashback rewards and fraud protection. However, if not used responsibly, they can quickly become a source of financial ruin. If you're using credit cards too often and carrying a balance from month to month, you could end up with so much debt you'll feel like you're drowning. So how can we use cards responsibly? The first and best suggestion will always be to pay them off in full every month. This means that you're not carrying a balance and incurring interest fees. And let us be clear, there is a myth that carrying a balance helps your credit score. This is not true. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has stated that paying off your cards in full every month is the best way to improve your credit score. Remember, if you're struggling to pay off your credit card balance each month, it's a clear sign you're living beyond your means, so it may be time to reevaluate your spending and make adjustments. Habit 6, not seeking help. Take a deep breath. It is not your fault. Many of us were never taught about how to handle money. So if you're struggling to manage your finances, it's okay to ask for help. Consider reaching out to a financial professional who can assist. Financial professionals can help you to evaluate your spending, create a budget, and even start a plan to build up your emergency fund. And once you've got the basics down, they can assist with your next steps in investing and planning for your future self. Having someone in your corner to help educate you and guide your decision-making can help ease the anxiety you face when it comes to making big money decisions. Their expertise can help you make less emotional decisions and instead make choices that prioritize the financial stability of you and your family. So there you have them, 7 habits that can completely wreck your budget. By avoiding these habits and implementing better financial practices, you can take control of your finances and achieve your goals. And by being mindful and aware of these habits, you can react quickly enough to ensure they don't completely disrupt your attempt to build a strong financial foundation for your future. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you learned something new today. If you enjoyed this video, share it with a friend. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss out on new content. We'll see you in the next one.